good God. Anyway, Sonic Adventure 1, we're about to finish it off. Andrew, what do you say?
Hmm?
We're about to finish
Yeah.
off SA1, it seems.
Sweet.
Waiting for this DVD logo. Damn it, it almost went into the corner. Oh well. Anyway, hey guys, I'm back with SA1 as well as Andrew. We talked about how big will fucking cause the apocalypse last session, but now we're gonna move on to Gamma and then actually finish off the game this time. Now, as a bit of a disclaimer, it's been 24 hours since I've slept. I did not sleep at all last night.
Oh, really?
Yep, so I might be a bit loopy.
Christ, man.
So anyway, this might be interesting, it might not be interesting, I guess it depends on my mood. So, let's just start playing as Gamma.
Gamma time.
Gamma time. And the first thing we see in our berth is this thing.
All systems full power.
God, imagine if Eggman was the first thing you saw when you wake up. Like
I'd be terrified.
if Eggman, either the first thing you see after you're born or the first thing you see after you die. One of those two things. It's
Oh, Christ.
equally terrifying.
Bubble machines.
This is E102 Gamma, only in this game.
A102.
Does he die at the end of this game?
Spoilers, yes. Yes, he does, in a way.
I thought he did.
Yeah, I mean, you never see him again after this, so...
Yeah, John. Spoilers for a 22-year-old game?
Yeah, this game is over 20 years old at this point. Like, 21, I want to say. It can drink. So... yeah.
And God knows Sonic needs a drink.
I need a drink. Jesus Christ.
Your big brother, E101.
Why did I choose to stay up late?
To see.
It just happened.
I don't know. What were you doing?
I wasn't really doing anything. It's just I couldn't fall asleep in the moment. So I guess I just figured, fuck it. I'm just not gonna fall asleep. Let's see how this turns out. Anyway, stage number 1, final egg. You see the irony in that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Gamma's playstyle, it's very similar to anyone who's played SA2 before this. It's very similar to the mech shooting games, like the mech shooting gameplay style, except the main gimmick of Gamma's gameplay is you're on time attack. There's a time limit, usually 3 minutes to start off, and you shoot targets to get extra time. And there's usually a boss at the end of the level, like a mini boss, like let's say this Sonic plush right here.
So basically, kill everything as fast as possible.
I guess so in a way, but also watch your platforming in some cases. I find the time when I get closest to the end of the time limit is Hot Shelter, and that has a bit of platforming that I might consider a bit annoying. But anyway, Gamma is one of a few E100 series robots created by Eggman here, and there are others, and like they later take on several different forms, but E102 Gamma is pretty much the blank slate. Basically, this model basically just turns into the E100 robots you fight in Sonic Adventure 2, like Pyramid Cave and shit, as Sonic. But yeah, it's interesting to see, I guess it's interesting to see, like, the story from the perspective of an Eggman robot that goes rogue.
Mm-hmm.
Just call him Beta. I am pitting the two of you against each other, and the winner serves on my ship. I put my bets on Beta. I owe you at least a bet.
I love all the fucking bouncing in these animations.
Yeah, just bouncing animations. That's mainly what this game consists of, I suppose. Anyway, our first boss fight, Beta. I'm sorry if I just narrate the game a lot more often than I should. If this missile will shut the fuck up, thank you. And yeah, Beta's already dead. I do not have the capacity to make jokes right now.
Also, for some of those people who are, I guess, like our age, I guess would be that like the series, you probably recognize that his little brother Gamma or Omega is basically just
He wants
this,
you to
but
Omega.
it's basically this, but put it on steroids,
It's
and you get
basically
Omega.
this with very suit shoulder pads.
Yeah, it's like Eggman saw Samus's model in Super Metroid, said, "Let's make that."
What? So you want to come along with us, eh? Okay.
God, literally just standing in between Eggman and Gamma like a dog that really wants attention. This little prick. Hey, another CG cutscene we've seen again and again.
All taken off.
Yeah, the egg carrier taken off.
So that's where Gamma's picks up.
What about like Gamma's picks
That's,
up?
that's where his story That's where his story picks up, basically.
Well, not in its entirety. We're still pretty much starting off slowly. We're not really at the part where we're nowhere near the part where he goes rogue yet. Although this is a very short story. Like when you get down to it, it's very short, very simple, and still disconnected from almost everything else. Basically, just extra coverage on where the Chaos Emeralds are at like any point in time, because really the main focus.
This is admittedly a more interesting story than like Big.
Yeah, well, anything's more interesting than Big, but Gamma is just like it's really just the concept of one of Eggman's robots that goes rogue. But even then, we're tasked to find Froggy. I thought I was done with this shit last week, but apparently I don't get paid enough for this shit.
What? You didn't get paid at all?
Exactly. Yeah, Gamma is a very basic mech shooter, basically. Like, just imagine the stepping stones that later evolved into Sonic Adventure 2's gameplay. Like, the mech shooting levels in general. Oh, Gamma will refuse to go in water. I completely forgot about that. Okay. He'll... I honestly thought he would just, like, either go in water and die or just be perfectly fine. But no, apparently he has equipment that allows him to float. Anyway,
and as random as this is to bring up, my experience with this game, by the way, people, is very limited.
Yeah, basically, what I had you play, like,
I think I played like the first
ago.
few levels of Sonic Story.
Yeah, you did, and like we had a YouTube video on it. You basically playing SA1, cringy as it is. It's.
I think I liked it. I can't remember though.
Well, I mean, we've definitely played worse. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, I played Sonic 06 also, so. I think I've tried all 3 stories before. pretty broken.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I do recommend that you, like, at some point in time, play Sonic Adventure 1 in full, Andrew.
Hmm.
Frog capture complete.
I mean, like, at this point, you're overdue, I guess. You can
Yeah.
easily find it on Xbox, Steam, like, anything nowadays. I mean, it's not like you need a GameCube or Dreamcast, even though that was what I did for some stupid reason.
Mhm.
Even Gamba gets a flashback, and, like, he does not give a shit about the situation that the ancient Echidna tribe is put into and why it matters in this plot.
I feel like we said it about the last few stories.
Oh, the last few stories, it's the same case. Did you see that Big gets, like, Big of all characters gets one of these?
Hmm.
Accessing data. No data found. Location.
One thing I always wondered, apparently the Super Emeralds are right at the Master Emerald Shrine, even
Mhm.
now in, like, the present. So, why doesn't Sonic just go fucking get them? We could have played as Hypersonic again, but apparently not.
Uh,
Well, I mean, let's be real. It's also a case where we haven't been able to play as Supersonic in regular levels. In between the entirety of after 3 and Knuckles, and before Colors, there was no Supersonic in normal stages, unless in, like, some spin-off game I'm forgetting.
wait. Say that again?
Huh?
Say that again?
I'm talking about
I kind of zoned out when you just said.
yeah, Supersonic, being playable at regular stages in the game.
Colors.
Yeah, like, it was
Generations is last time.
Yeah, that was last time. No, Lost World. You can do it in Lost World.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's pretty common now.
Yeah, I
It was
mean,
only
it's
a
more
thing
common
for a
now.
little while.
Yeah,
it was a thing from, like, this game to, I'd say, about Unleashed, I want to say, is when you pretty much Supersonic was pretty much just final boss.
Yeah, Supersonic was restricted to final boss territory from Adventure to Unleashed, pretty much, and that's a pretty big gap.
It's about 10 years. And hell, even some games even had you use a different form, because the storybook games had their own, like, super forms for them.
Yeah, I still haven't picked up the storybook games. Those will be for another time.
My point of view is probably skewed because I played as a kid, but I love Black Knight.
Although 2 games that I recently played and beaten after way too long would be Link to the Past and Majora's Mask. I just beat Majora's Mask a couple days ago, and Link to the Past I beat a little while ago. But
This frog's the one we want. No, here's the real
I like those.
I mean, it turned out all right, I guess.
Mm.
I mean, still, the over-focus on side quests was a bit of a downfall for me. And, like, just... there was a bit more bullshit that I didn't want to deal with. Like, in games, there's always just bullshit that you don't want to bother with. You just see it as a waste of time, pretty much. Or it's just absurdly hard and you just don't want to do it. Yeah, I mean... that's pretty much the case for a lot of Majora's Mask.
Yep.
I rescue your frog and you send me to fucking prison guard.
You piece of shit.
Ugh.
Fuck you.
So this is where you send the riffraff, huh? Did I not just get you a tailed frog? Very unique, you say. Well, jailbirds aren't as unique of a job. It's, I can't speak. Gamma. Oh, alright, never mind everything I said. Gamma immediately fucks up and enters the wrong room.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Instead, he enters the dismemberment of Beta, I guess.
Good God.
Although I can imagine this being, from the perspective of a robot, pretty damn disturbing.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, yeah, seeing someone who looks just like you being torn apart.
Yeah, it's like...
Is he being upgraded, too?
He's being upgraded. The final boss.
Oh, Gamma talks.
Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. Anyway, moving on.
This is the wrong room.
This shit like this kind of makes me glad that I could skip the cutscenes in the DX version.
What?
But I mean, I don't know. Some of the cutscenes are just boring, especially after having watched them already.
I mean, that cutscene's a pretty good cutscene. You haven't seen it before.
At least Gamma doesn't suffer from the bad lip syncing.
Because he has no lips.
Exactly.
It's so bad lip syncing, there is no lips to sync.
Give me the bird. Resistance is
No, now we're syncing up with Amy's story.
Yeah, this is the scene we saw earlier, where Gamma lets Amy go.
Yeah, quite a bit of reuse cutscenes. Like I said, though, this is pretty common for these multi-campaign games. Is you'll have scenes, certain scenes will be exactly the same because they take place like at the same time.
Yeah,
It's
exactly
basically
the same
situation.
setting, exactly the same gist. Yes, the voice acting and phrases themselves are different, but yeah, it's pretty much the same story. But I mean, it's gonna happen if you want to intertwine the story together.
does not confuse. Why try to save that which is useless to you? Does not confuse.
I feel sorry for you. Eggman failed to give you feelings. Wait a minute, Birdie.
You played the Sword and Shield DLC, right?
Yes, I have.
I have not gotten to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't if I were you.
I mean, I liked the original. I liked the base game, so I probably will like it better than you.
I mean, it's really short if you're just going from point A to point B along the objectives.
I feel like I heard that
It's
the
not too
wild
much
area
to-
for it's pretty good.
There is some side quests to do here and there, but it's like, yeah, and they did improvements on the wild area.
That's good. I like the wild area.
And I hope the essence of the wild area is something that continues with future games.
No, because that's something people want.
Yeah, but
They
like,
want a Pokemon game that's more expansive and explorative than the previous entries.
yeah,
But Game Freak is late, but Game Freak is lazy and they can get away with it because they're not losing sales.
yeah, like the thing is, the catch cap, like not being able to catch Pokemon above your level or like above a certain level or anything like that, that has to go.
Well, yeah, change stuff. I'm just saying,
And
keep the wild area, keep the open explorative areas. I like that.
maybe a few refinements to make it less of a gimmick and more intertwined with the game itself, and to make it a
Yeah,
bit more engaging.
I would
Instead
say
of,
make the game.
oh,
I'd just
look at this
say
thing we developed.
I would just say go full open with the next game.
That's an interesting topic.
Maybe not as wide open as like something like Breath of the Wild, but like have the whole game be structured like the Wild area instead of having these separate open areas, with the rest of it feeling like a normal linear Pokemon game.
You say that, but we have nothing to worry about. No Pokemon game will ever be as open as Breath of the Wild. Unless there's some way to, like, scale Unova to, like, real life scale of New York City or something.
I just want them to be less lazy next game. And I say that as someone who enjoyed Sword and Shield. I want them to be less lazy.
Yeah, there's...
Press and hold the jump button and you'll float for a while.
I appreciate, like, in terms of cinematics, I appreciate some cutscenes appear to be fully animated, but that's not for everything. Like, the player, most of the time, still looks absolutely blank, just like Sun and Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, basically...
I mean, another cool thing is maybe for the character customization, you can I don't know, maybe have a thing where you can have, like, where you can kind of assign your... Like, nothing too deep since it's supposed to be you,
different
but...
facial expressions according to personality.
Yeah, maybe... Yeah,
that would be nice to have.
Maybe give... Yeah, like, maybe...
Although maybe a bit harder to pull off.
Your avatar in the beginning... I know, but, like, here's the thing. This is all you would need to do for me, at least. It's just, when you're customizing your avatar, like their hair or skin color or whatever, then you can also choose what kind of personality they have, too. Like, maybe... It could be even basic for the first go, as, like, maybe a grumpy personality or a energetic personality, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, and like in X and Y and Sun and Moon in particular, they basically limited options of like customizing your character to like the boy or girl gender, and like I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound like the way too liberal type about it, but I mean it's a thing like all you're doing by that is making making a lesser category of options for the boy character.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Sword and Shield is better about that.
I haven't really gotten too much into character customization either way, but I know a lot of other people have. I imagine that's what they would like to see.
Anyways, we just shot Sonic. It's like the opening cutscene of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Gamma points his gun at Sonic. Okay, now say fuck. Say fuck right now, so the fan base can rage.
Hey, Mr. Robot. I know you're not an evil sword.
What do you mean? The fan base rages when they just say "damn."
Yeah, but I want to write TMZ articles about how Sonic says fuck.
TMZ.
Amy! Oh, I really don't get this.
That cutscene slightly changed. If I remember right in the beginning, in the other versions, Amy stops Sonic from attacking.
Yeah, because
So
every
the other way
other
around.
version, Sonic kicks Gamma's ass, and here we're playing as Gamma, so I don't know. It would be
Gamma kicks Sonic's ass. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's the same. It's pretty. Or Amy breaks up the fight.
basically, yeah.
And how are you, my metal friend? It's dangerous here. Why not leave, Eggman, and come with us?
Why do you help me?
I told you we'd be friends the next time we met. Even Earth wants the best for you. You must ditch that awful Eggman. Amy, come on!
And somehow this friendship bullshit actually works.
Because.
Again, my robot friend.
I must go now. My planet needs me. They should have added chopper noises to that. Just more of a comedic effect.
Yeah.
Ugh. My eyes are starting to water and sting.
So why can't you fly in cuts in gameplay?
Why? That would be broken. You could skip
Well,
every
same.
platforming
It's
level.
it's the same reason that Silver can't fly in 06. Like he's been shown to do in like everything else.
Yeah,
Hell, I think even in 06 there's a cut. Wasn't the opening CG cutscene for him having him like flying through the sky?
yeah,
Something like that.
that is there. Like Silver just fucking yeets like a
Well,
quarter
it's because he got
mile.
telekinesis.
Yeah, we see Silver just warp himself a quarter mile across the land, and then we can only go like 30 feet in game.
How come every hedgehog has cooler powers than Sonic?
Bro, Silver is a pussy in 06.
I know, but he's got cool powers. I'd be fine with him being playable again. Plus, he's voiced by Quentin Flynn.
Yeah, he's voiced by Quentin Flynn. But
Quentin Flynn's
like,
always a plus.
Silver, in order for him to become playable again, they need to really.
But I need to
overhaul
fix his gameplay style. I know that. I mean, I've seen gameplay of 06. I know how I don't think I've ever played as Silver, but I've seen.
And I mean, think of it this way: they had enough trouble getting classic Sonic to work in Forces, even after Generations.
Portions was not needed.
Uh,
I mean, part of the reason to be fair, the reason he's in there is because honestly, Sega's mindset is out of the like last like 5 Sonic games, which ones have been the most successful? The ones that nostalgia horror. So they thought Forces we should nostalgia horror again because that's how people like Sonic apparently.
yeah, you got a point.
Because Generations and
thing is-
Mania are the two.
The thing is,
Most
the
popular
Sonic
of the
fan
newest
base
games.
is so mixed to the point where they don't know what they like anymore.
Well, that's every fucking fan base.
Well,
Sonic fan base is the worst. Is pretty bad about it, but yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say absolutely every fan base. I'm sure there's some fan bases that are pretty one way, but it's.
So yeah, but there's a lot of them.
It's a massive problem with Sonic in particular, I find.
Yeah, the Assassin's Creed fan base is also kind of like that. They don't really know what they want. It's another fan base that's kind of like that. Well, the Pokemon fan base is pretty united, but that's united in that they want Game Freak to stop their lazy shit.
Yeah, I hate Game Freak saying, "Oh, we have to put out a Pokemon game every year, no exceptions." And then Sword and Shield happened, where half the game was released for $60, and then half the game was sold for DLC.
Yeah, again, as someone who actually likes Sword and Shield, I agree.
Yeah, it's...
Because even as someone who can enjoy the game, and part of the reason I enjoy it, I have to admit, is because I missed out on the last 2 generations, so...
Sun and Moon...
It's got quite a bit of...
Sun and Moon
No,
felt like a full game, but it was executed poorly. Sword and Shield just felt half-assed, and I know why. Like, they had, like, half their assets working on Little Town Hero during the whole thing. That and, like, just Game Freak's time crunch and laziness.
And they can get away... Again, the biggest problem is one of these Pokemon games needs to not sell well. Because that is going to be what makes them actually, like, have to get in high gear again. I guess.
But the problem is, it being Pokemon, a massive AAA franchise, even by AAA
Exactly.
standards, there will never be a Pokemon game that will sell like shit unless it's some obscure spin-off.
Especially because, like, again, even if the hardcore fans aren't buying it, the kids will. So
Exactly. The kids will beg their parents for it no matter what it is.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be getting a Pokemon game that isn't at least a little bit lazy.
I had hopes for Sword and Shield. It looked good, when I saw the announcement. I had hopes for it. I feel like the Galar region had potential, especially the wild area. But
I
then
do
the
like
bad
the
news
Galar region.
and then the bad news started with they're not doing the national decks anymore, and then it just sort of downhilled from there. I
That
saw
didn't
this.
bother me the national thing decks didn't bother me at first, except for okay. So have you heard of Pokemon Showdown, John?
I can't say I have.
Okay, well, it's an online thing where you basically just you create Pokemon teams and fight. Basically, it's basically a competitive thing where you don't feel like buying.
Pick and choose competitive battling.
Basically,
You
yeah.
know, without the absurd breeding chains.
Yeah, exactly. It's basically competitive battling without having to deal with fucking breeding. Just fuck that shit.
Yeah.
But basically, it's but you still have to play by the Gen's rules.
Yeah.
And since I want to play Gen 8, which is the most recent, so like it's just the modern rules.
They don't have a
I
rule
can't
set
use
for everyone
anything.
in Gen 8. That's the thing.
Yeah,
It's
so you can't use some Pokemon because they just don't exist in Gen 8. So it's like, what the fuck?
yeah, it's like ugh.
So that bothers me now. That didn't used to bother me, but it bothers me now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they did a hell of a job. I'm not going to understate like the massive amount of work they put into still making the meta balanced until Gen 7.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can easily imagine them having to cut off.
Oh,
some
Gen 8's a
slack
little bit
to
unbalanced too.
make
Fucking
some room, I guess.
Galarian Darmanitan is fucking busted.
Yeah, I don't know what like the new Metamon are for like. Even then, now you can get
Cinder...
every Pokemon in Sword and Shield now that they had time and the resources to work on it. But yeah, like
Cinderace is also pretty. Cinderace is also pretty busted. So, if you have his hidden ability, because he has the same hidden ability as Greninja had.
Basically, my entire experience with Gen 8 was finish the game, complete the Pokedex, done. And that was pretty much the same approach, be it correct or not. It was sort of a similar or the same approach that I got towards the DLC, because I just didn't want to put up with Gen 8's bullshit anymore.
Does Gen 8, does the DLC have more Pokemon added? Besides just like the Urshifu, what the hell it's called?
The first wave of DLC only had that evolution chain, Kubfu and Urshifu, or however you pronounce that.
Oh, it didn't add like any old Pokemon back in or anything?
No, all of the old Pokemon are now accessible in Pokemon Sword and Shield through Pokemon Home. And, yeah, all Pokemon are accessible by doing that. And now that, like, they weren't pushed to develop and release the game by November 15th, 2019, they had the opportunity to just put that in.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of funny. I think Game Freak needs to take a note from Ubisoft and take a year off. Like,
yeah, I agree. I feel like Game
should
Freak...
there should not be one coming out in 2020. There should not be one coming out in 2021. And they should...
In the words of Miyamoto himself, a delayed game is eventually good. A rushed game is forever bad.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening with Game Freak.
Mm-hmm. Do I expect them to do that? No. Because they're making a shit ton of money now. Why would they bother changing their tactics?
Yeah.
Playing Sonic, we've been talking about Pokemon the whole time.
I mean, yeah, Sonic Adventure 1. We're playing as Gamma, which is kind of boring. Gamma is probably the most boring story.
Yeah.
Like, even more boring than Big, because at least we can make memes about Big. Like, Gamma's just here.
I think we've been over this. I think we've been over this like before. Is Pokemon's also a series we have roughly equal knowledge about ish. So we can have pretty decent conversations about it.
Yeah, that would explain the conversations we've been having.
Mm-hmm. Because we've all played, because both of us have played all of the games.
That and 25 hours of sleep. 25 hours without sleep.
John is broken.
I wouldn't say broken yet, but getting there. Anyway, Gamma uses his psychic scan powers to find Delta in the hot shelter, which is probably the hardest of the Gamma levels in the game.
Yeah, I think you said that earlier.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, you're saying Gamma is influencing the mech levels. And from what I've seen of those, yeah, it does. But also another thing I'm seeing is kind of an influence of Shadow the Hedgehog.
In what way?
Kind of it's like the shooting mechanics seem similar.
Well,
Albeit
I'd say the shooting mechanics
Shadow,
mostly resemble SA2.
Yeah, albeit Shadow controls like Shadow. He controls like a hedgehog character, so it's different than this. Because he can't glide, but he can like run faster.
By
homing
Shadow
attack, spin
controlling
dash.
like Shadow, you mean Shadow controlling like shit, right? I want to clarify.
Basically a slippery Sonic. That's basically how I. Whenever someone asks me what I like, if someone asks me what Shadow plays like in games, I'm gonna say Shadow the Hedgehog, not Sonic 06.
Yeah,
I don't really
like,
have much experience with that. Basically, it's Sonic but slipperier. Plus, he has Chaos powers.
Yeah, I was in like a group call with some of the guys from the Subshack, Johnny's. Some call me Johnny's Discord server, and I was playing Sonic Heroes, just like showing it, and going back to it, oh my god, I died already. Oh, or no, I didn't. Okay, this platform is tight. Either way, going back to Sonic Heroes, I find the controls to be slipperier than I remember.
I think they're even slipperier than Shadow.
Yeah, they're pretty damn slippery, but I don't know if it's as slippery as Shadow. I need to look back at that, but I don't know.
Like I said, I know Shadow's not really a good game. I still love that game. Because I grew up with it, so...
But
it's
yeah.
one of the Sonic games I grew up with.
Yeah, same here, and same for Heroes, really. Like, I didn't
Not
even,
as much Heroes for me.
I completely forgot before I went back to Heroes that I had max lives in that game. I had no idea of that before.
I've played Heroes, but it's been a long time.
I maxed out 99 lives, and half of them like went to shit with what I was playing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We've been over this too, also. But it's like Sonic's a franchise that, while I have some experience, we have a decent amount of experience with it. You have much more.
yeah. Anyway,
Despite the fact that I think I introduced you to the series.
Yeah, it was Sonic Colors. Anyway, Gamma's Hot Shelter. The problem is, it's a time-consuming level. It's a long level, and there's not a whole lot of time payout from enemies. A lot of shit that you see is like stacks up to 2-3 seconds. And see, I'm already down to like half the time I already had before this.
I hate being timed.
And this is before the whole train section in this level.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of time sections in games. Hot Shelter, okay, I haven't been paying enough attention. How many levels in are we right now?
We have, for all we know, this, let me count. Let me do a quick count. Yeah, I think this is the last level. We just fight, Delta, and then we fight Beta, and that's it.
You started with, by the way, you started with, the water starter, sword and shield, right? Because you always do.
Huh?
You started the water starter in that game, right?
Yeah, I did. Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's pretty fun, actually, too.
This train
to
is
use
not
in the,
cooperating with me.
Oh, this looks annoying.
It is annoying. Trust me, it is not a fun time. I need time. Holy shit, I'm 30 seconds. Oh, I do not like this. Okay, I'm back up to a minute. This is, yeah, you see how
this
clutch
very
this
annoying.
is? It is annoying, especially with the dynamic camera. The main problem with SA1. This game has aged pretty bad. and it's especially noticeable
Yeah.
with the camera.
We need to get a third person and do a. I know. I think we tried this. We tried this at one point. We need to get a third person and do a 06 playthrough.
Yeah, we never did try
If
it.
nothing, if nothing else, then for the memes. I think we were planning it, but we never got to it.
The thing is, we don't have a third person.
That's the problem.
Like, no one we know is interested in this shit.
Yeah.
God. Okay, I have a minute left to kill Delta here. And I didn't notice this until my replay. That's Dreamcasts on, like, his rim. Those are Dreamcast textures.
What the hell?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about the Dreamcast thing. I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's a gun turret now. That's quite the
Yeah,
transformation.
I just expect him to be like a bigger, bulkier robot. I didn't expect him to
Yeah,
like
look at the
literally be a
Dreamcast.
fucking turret.
Look at the Dreamcast shit here, like along the rim.
Oh yeah, I see him.
I don't know if they ever changed those for the DX
That's
version.
some, like-
I don't know if they can change those.
That's some like what the fuck? Pokemon putting whatever the newest Nintendo system is.
Yeah, and also in the Sonic Unleashed, the first cutscene, like the big CG one that everyone loved, there was a Dreamcast in Eggman's cockpit.
Hmm.
I like these little Easter eggs that you can find in some of the cinematics and like some other shit. You know, not paying attention to Big the Cat in Sonic Adventure 2.
Is Big even in Sonic Adventure 2?
Huh?
Is Big even?
Units remaining.
What does Big even do in Sonic Adventure 2?
Is he even in? Is he even in it?
He's only there as an Easter egg. He just appears doing random shit in parts of levels.
Gamma.
Oh, okay. No one cares about him, so whatever. Really wouldn't even be surprised if that was their mentality. No one really cares, so what?
Beta.
The Beta's new form reminds me of something. I can not for the life of me remember what.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way, we fight Beta in the, I guess, the Universal Arena circle of the egg carrier. Or I guess the giant nuclear reactor is, which we really shouldn't be fucking with. But yeah, Beta, if you don't know what you're doing, can be a bit of a pain in the ass.
Oh, this is what I expected him to look like.
Yeah, I guess. Oh.
Yeah, see, this is what I expected. I didn't expect him to be a fucking turret.
But yeah, it takes I don't know if that's 4 or 5. I can't really tell from here. But yeah, normally he dodges your shots like with ease, and either dodges or blocks like so. And the rainbow attack that he did before, that's what you have to do in order like for you to hit him. He has to do that, and you get him from behind like that. Or I can just fucking do shit. But yeah, Beta will walk out and shoot explosive lasers, I guess. But yeah, you just shoot him in the back when you get the chance. And now, if I remember correctly, he'll probably eventually try to shoot us with 5 lasers, 4 small and 1 really big. Or more than that. Something like, there we go, that's the really big one. And you want to watch out for these mini missile pods that he throws out at you as well. I was just a bit too late on that.
Almost got him killed.
Yeah, he's about to die. Just one more hit and he's gone. I kind of like how... I just like how Gamma, when he runs at full speed, just converts to a Tonka truck. Like, he has treads and everything.
Yeah.
Like, look at him. Fucking zooming across the map.
There's another guy. I feel like oh, it's like the walker in Phantom Pain.
Really? The walker?
The walker. If you go fast with it, it like does that basically. Like crouches down and rolls.
Huh.
I haven't used the walker much, but I just played around with it a little bit.
Anyway, Beta's dead, and with that, Gamma's story is done.
I've actually played around a lot with that game in general.
That was pretty fast. Took under an hour.
Yeah, this whole stream, honest. I think this stream was done in less than an hour and a half. How long does the final story take?
Not long at all, really, unless the final boss gives me any trouble. But we also have to sit through the final cutscenes and credits.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll take over an hour because I think the ending takes more than 10 minutes. But
yeah.
It's like I don't think it takes any longer than like a half hour.
Alright, I still feel the sleep deprivation, but I don't feel hindered by it. Like, I can still speak just fine. I can still, like, communicate logically. So I guess it is no big deal. Yeah. I mean, I've gone longer without sleep. I think the longest I told the story before. It was like 35 hours or something. Compare that to the 25 I'm running right now. But yeah, once I'm done with everything I'm doing for the day, I'm going the fuck to bed. Because I've been meaning to fix my sleep schedule. Like, I've been staying up all night, going to sleep at, like, sunrise, and then waking up at, like, 3 p.m.
The hell?
Yeah, that's...
Spazzing the hell out.
Oh.
Oh.
At first I thought you were talking about your sleep schedule, my sleep schedule, like, what the hell, that's
Well, I
weird.
mean that too. But, oh, so he's one of those birds, isn't he?
Yeah, he is one of the birds. Beta is the father of the bluebird, and Gamma is the mother.
Oh, so Gamma's a she.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why the fuck does Eggman have animals in these robots?
Since Sonic 1, Eggman's whole gimmick was he kidnaps animals and then roboticizes them. I guess in order to preserve the, like, consciousness without having to do some extra programming work and logic, I guess he has a framework to build upon for
John,
his robots.
Or, blah blah, environmental message, blah blah.
Yeah, that too. But, yeah, and Sonic Adventure staff, I never really did call attention to this, but, in the final egg, we see both Mecha Sonic and Metal Sonic, both in, like, cryogenic tubes, I guess, or I don't know what.
Mm.
But yeah, those are some Easter eggs.
Metal Sonic will be back in a few games.
Mecha Sonic from Sonic 2, and Metal Sonic from Sonic CD.
And Heroes, and other
Heroes
stuff.
And Generations doesn't count.
Yeah. He's in a lot of spin-off stuff. Like, I think he's in the Olympic Games.
I guess. Well, I mean, yeah, the Olympic Games are just the Mario Party of... I don't know. It's... Because I'm not calling Sonic Shuffle the Mario Party of Sonic.
Because it's terrible.
It's just bland.
Mm.
I can't really imagine having fun with that, even though I do own it.
You played it?
I barely played it. I mean, the problem is I don't have other people to play it with. So, it's just a matter of, yeah, it kind of sucks. Gamma trying to understand these chow little shits. That you see, I still am slurring with speech, I suppose. Just like I've heard that staying away for 24 hours is like the equivalent, roughly the equivalent of like 0.1 BAC of like alcohol content in your blood. That's equivalent to a 0.1, so that's past legally drunk, apparently. And I mean, like, the most impactful degradation of cognition I've had was when I was staying up for like around the 30-hour mark, when yes, I was able to fully interact and everything, but the thing is, like, everything just didn't feel as real. It felt like I was dreaming reality.
Hmm.
Anyway, hopefully the credits should end soon. Never mind, apparently they won't. But, anyway, we were talking before, in the previous session about what game we should play next. And I'm pretty sure I have, my mind set on Mario Galaxy 1. I've started a playthrough of it, and I'm thinking maybe it would be good to do. I just need to figure out a way. I guess I'm just gonna clamp the Blue Yeti the Blue Snowball microphone to some other desk that I can have closer to me at any given time. Or I don't know what I'll do with the webcam. Maybe I'll just zoom it in or something. I don't know. But still.
Alright. Yeah, that was Gamma Story.
Yeah, that was Gamma.
It was alright, I guess. A little bit just.
Again, it was
whatever.
really bland. It was just filler at this point.
I don't think it was as filler as say. I don't think it's as filler as it's pretty filler.
I mean, really, Amy, Big, and Gamma are all pretty filler.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Gamma seems like the most boring kind of filler.
Yeah.
However, now that we've completed all stories, we can unlock the last story, which is Supersonic. There have been many a mod of the question mark being playable in the game. But this is the original Dreamcast version, so we can't do that shit. Made the mistake of looking in the group chat.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did Big do after we learned the horrifying knowledge that he is able to fly a plane?
Oh yeah, that was Big crashing it, wasn't it?
Yeah, Big crashed the Tornado 2 at his house. He knows how to pilot it, and we're
Knuckles
all
landed the island.
causing yet another tidal wave.
He always seems to get in my way. I bet he can't foil my master plan.
Hello, obvious semen texture. So yeah,
This is the first.
Huh?
This is the first game to use this Eggman design, right?
I'm not entirely sure. I think so. I think this is the first mainline game, but who knows? Maybe like some Archie comics or whatnot might have predated it. I have no idea. Because
Yeah, I
how
mean, this
he
is
got that
Eggman.
form is explained in like the Archie comics. I've heard.
He's looked like this for like most of the. Looks like this for most of the franchise, really.
Yeah, I guess. Fuck. Guess it's finally gotten to me, huh?
A little bit. The hell?
This is terrible.
Yeah. Eggman. Chaos apparently double-crossed Eggman.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is the start of this when he starts playing second fiddle to big god monster.
Oof. Anyway, Monster of the Week number 467.
Well, this is the first one, but yeah.
Shut up.
Well, it's like
I
the
just
perfect.
like
It's
to
called, like,
imagine there being 466 other mock-ups.
what the hell is
of
Sonic doing
final
under this
bosses.
random ass tree?
He's just there. He's just vibing. I don't
It's
question
just the
it.
most random tree to just sit behind or in.
It's a good tree.
I know, but it's out in the middle of the freaking wherever.
Yeah, well, Sonic's getting his ass up now, so does it really matter now, does it?
No, not really. Also, it looks like a sun and moon tree. Sword and shield tree.
Yeah, fucking N64 graphics. Fucking plop down
Wow,
that
Sonic
one
is much
tree in
faster than
Kakariko
everything else.
Village. Yeah, it's a relief to play as Sonic again for the short amount of time it lasts.
hmm Also, this one I forgot. This is one of the games where the fucking spin dash is broke as all hell.
Well, I mean,
this and then Generations.
yeah,
when you're playing this
Generations classic Sonic is ridiculous. Spin dash. I seem to have
Spin
circled
dash is
around.
fun. Do you like the spin dash or boost better?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on really the game. The thing is, everything else in the game is, it depends on the game, of course, but I don't really care which one we have as long as, like, the level design and control complements it.
And Chaos
hmm
is still alive. What?
Yeah, you're kind of right though. It does depend on the game.
Hey, Eggman, wait up!
Eggman's silly walk.
Sonic.
What
Chaos
the
is
hell?
some beast. If he gets that last Chaos Emerald, we're done for. No need to explain. We'll get on it. Tails?
Sonic Case, fearsome beast.
No need to explain. We'll get on it. Immediately conks out.
Jeez.
So what I'm saying is, this is my cue to take a power nap on stream while this cutscene is playing.
This place. It looks familiar.
All right, I'm gonna.
This is also the start of. This is also the first game to have like the big like rock song playing at the final boss, which we haven't got to yet, but that does that.
Yeah, I guess.
Right? Doesn't it play Open Your Heart, boss?
What?
Doesn't it play Open Your Heart, the boss?
Yeah, it plays two songs in the final boss. The first is "Open Your Heart," which will without fail be replaced by Silva Gunner's "Rip" anyway, and Then it plays some other song I can't remember the name of, nor have I ever known the name of it. And really, the song should have been switched around, I think. I think Open Your Heart should have been played last. Not entirely sure, but whatever.
Oh God, Knuckles are chasing us.
And thus begins a long legacy of
And
chow
Knuckles,
abuse.
and Knuckles, and Knuckles, and Knuckles, and Knuckles, and Knuckles, and Knuckles.
Oh, good lord. Dude, you could have done that. You missed your chance. You could have done that at any point where we had access to the, like,
Yeah, well,
ancient
this cutscene
Echidna
just makes me think of it
community.
because they're all very, very quite literally using the same models as Knuckles. They're just chasing after us. Or not chasing after us, but running up.
Well, I mean, there is a different model for, like, the stereotypical tribesmen of the Echidna tribe.
Well, yeah, for him, but I mean, all the other ones they're just Knuckles. If you just look at the model, it's just Knuckles.
I don't know. I feel like they seem a bit taller and a bit buffer than Knuckles. But,
Maybe,
like,
I guess. I don't know.
Whatever. The lighting here is whack anyway. I feel like I'm playing on the Virtual Boy.
The lighting is pretty fucked in this cutscene.
You ever see the Virtual Boy in action?
No.
It only displays in red and black, and it's meant to be an early VR machine posed by Nintendo. There's literally 14 games in it and nothing else.
I'm surprised Nintendo has some gimmicky ass VR.
Yeah. It was basically supposed to be the interim between, like, the SNES and N64. They needed a new, like, console, and then look what happened.
What happened?
It was basically a Game Boy that you held up to your face.
Sonic, wake up!
I was on a snooze cruise, I guess.
Preach.
Good thing you're okay.
Sonic, wake your ass up.
Out there. Knuckles left already.
Oh my God, that
We gotta go
face.
after the last emerald.
Lead the way.
It should still be on board the Tornado too.
Alright, my reaction center is a bit out of whack. So, like, if you see me randomly laughing to something that's not even remotely funny, then it's because...
Well, the
I'm
face
asleep.
Tails made when Sonic told him he fell asleep. It was just funny. Though.
Yeah.
Ew.
This is an interesting little experiment here.
What's up?
Where for once I'm willing to play a game when I feel like shit. And, I mean, hey. I guess it's working out okay, but...
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, hey, I feel like I'm more cognitively sound on 24 hours without sleep,
Look,
rather
it's
than
the Tornado
just
too.
waking up. So I think I prefer
So
this.
Get the Chaos Emerald and leave. What? No! He's got the last emerald!
I thought we were going to fight big.
Now what do we do?
Oh, we have to fight big. Oh shit! You see, I told you he's a menace. We shouldn't have trusted him. Intro cutscene.
Bitch has lost emerald.
Welcome to New York City. Oh wait, no, this is the LA River Tunnel entrance for LA Noir.
Selfish little fuck.
Oh, hi Julian. I see. It's that is a long curse word apparently. Oh
Anyways,
shit, it's
opening
happening.
cutscene.
It's going on. He's starting. Big is ruining it all. Big, don't do this, Big. We trusted you. Why?
everything's fucked.
See, I told you, we're all gonna die thanks to Big the fucking cat.
I can't remember. Did they remake this cutscene in Generations?
I
The Chaos
don't
Mod?
think they did. I can't recall. I have to play Generations again because I just got the PC version for literally $1.
Detroit.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
I mean, this looks about as good as Detroit does.
Oh.
Wow.
If we wanted to be more topical, we could insert the name of any horribly devastating hurricane.
Well, this was a big
But that's
fucking
boring.
jump. Jesus Christ. How many emeralds did you just consume?
From 6 to 7, that's...
If I wasn't just dreaming, that monster.
Like, holy shit. He's a lot bigger than last time we saw him.
Yeah.
Eggman. Looks like he's after Chaos too.
The cavalry's arrived, boys. Oh shit, I'm going back.
This could happen. You have defied your master, stupid beast. Now you must be destroyed at all.
I like how the entirety of Station Square is just considered, like, it's just limited to this one cube of scenery.
They're also dead. Everyone's dead. It's all flooded. They're all just dead.
No, everyone got out of Station Square just in time. Sonic X explained this to us.
God damn it, Eggman, you were useless. I don't want to expect anything different.
But hey,
Whatever.
we got everything out just in time. Everyone's safe. No casualties. Bullshit. I can't even
What was
milk
that
this
shit?
joke any
Eggman just fucking team rocketed out.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened, because we can't have Eggman die until 2005.
Wait,
Julian, actually shut up. Oh my god, do not.
No.
Oh no. How do I... No. Julian, do I need to time you out?
God damn it, that was pretty funny, actually.
No, that's the problem, though. It's...
It caught me off guard.
No.
Look, he's absorbed the emerald's power.
Anyway, moving on.
Master Emerald now.
This bitch just drop an emerald? Emerald?
I guess, like, the, Chaos Emeralds were dropped.
I
He
mean, it
doesn't
faded.
have any need
it
of them
fa-
anymore.
Yeah, it faded
Julian.
in power.
What choice do we have?
There is no fake Japan, Julian. Cease and desist.
Hey, Sonic!
Oh, yay. Thanks here.
Here, take this.
Fuck's sake. Let's see.
Hey guys.
Is that Gamma?
Mod.
Chaos only used the negative power of the emeralds.
Thick.
Sonic, you should be able to harness their real power.
As much as I hate to admit it, I think Tails.
Chaos only was the negative. What? What?
Ugh. And incredibly Japanese stilted English voice acting.
Yo, Amy got an OnlyFans? What?
Julian, I'm going to kick you.
What did he- Wait, I don't understand. What did you just say?
Bro, that is not necessary. How do I time you out and not... Okay, I can time you out. That's 10 minutes, motherfucker. I don't trust you, Julian. I don't like that. That's... I'm
Hey,
running
why does it
on...
look like Shadow now?
Hello? Oh fuck, Julian's here. What are you doing here? Julian, we can talk about this.
Hey, what's up?
It doesn't need to go. It doesn't need to end like this.
Yo, I didn't realize 600 seconds was 10 minutes. That's some math right there.
Bro, 60 seconds is 1 minute. Times that by 10. I know how
See,
to do
that's
math.
like-
I'm running on 25 hours without sleep.
Speaking of math, I have to take pre-calc with next year.
Oh, well, good for fucking you. I took
No.
statistics last semester.
Okay, that's
Well-
just like, 50%, and then you.
No. It's playing with numbers in the dumbest of ways, but it makes you feel big brain. If you do
So
it right.
core. So that isn't it just core? Companion.
Hold on,
Isn't that just
An-
like
Andrew,
common?
you're
Isn't
cutting
that just
out.
common core in general?
I swear.
Isn't that just common core in general though? That just has you trying to play with numbers in the most fucked up of ways.
Yeah.
I also have government and politics, but I don't know who the teacher is.
I mean, the old teacher got fired,
Well,
so
and
you're
he
lucky.
was replaced.
It was replaced by.
Let's
Yeah,
not
probably
name
him.
names here to protect people's identity.
Yeah, that's why I said that teacher. But Julian couldn't fucking play along.
man replaced by the second man.
Okay. That's better.
Bad
Thank
man
you.
was replaced by the good man.
Now can you not reference 1945?
What about 1917?
Shut up. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, the final boss, Perfect Chaos, is pretty easy if you know what you like. If
I mean,
like,
yeah, you're fucking Super
although
Saiyan.
there are some
basically.
things that can dick with you. You basically just rush in at max speed into the boss.
Is that
and
I
you
actually
just
is that what
fucking kill
Supersonic is based off of?
Is
Is
what
it just based off of the Super Saiyans from?
I
Dragon
guess
Ball?
I have no idea. Probably is. Sonic ripped off a lot of shit. I mean, have you seen the Death Egg?
That's what it reminds me of.
Come on. Oh, are you shitting me? I thought I was at full speed. See, stuff like that can dick with you. You want to avoid projectiles and whirlwinds.
Hey,
They
John.
will ruin your momentum.
John.
What?
You're too slow.
Shh. My brain too slow because no sleep. Ow.
John just
I
couldn't
don't
even
need this.
just
I
couldn't
don't
even
need
with
this.
that fucking comment.
Okay, that's a lot better. We're doing this. If I die, then I blame Julian.
You hear that, Julian? It's your fault. You leave.
Thunder, rain, and lightning.
That was playing right now.
Thunder, rain, and lightning. Thunder, rain, and lightning. It's such a bab. It's sus. Jesus Christ, I hate this.
God damn, you barely missed it.
Yeah, that happened twice. I need these
You
rings.
like this boss or the Generations version better?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of like this one. I'm kind of split on it, to be honest. Anyway, we're done. We're done with Sonic Adventure 1. Anyway, Julian, you present yourself.
I do?
Yeah, apparently you do.
In what ways?
In such a manner that is simply, you don't need to play that here.
Play what? Oh, sorry, somebody snapped me in my bed.
Nope.
Hang on.
Nope. Shut that off. Shut it off.
Dude,
We don't need Orchestra V1.
you ever hear that song?
Bro, it's
Andrew, you ever hear that song?
Andrew
No.
doesn't watch
I
Carson.
made it.
So-
I made
no,
that song.
You did not make that
I
song.
made that.
You
That's
stole
my
it.
song. I
You-
made that song,
You filthy thief.
dude. That
We
song.
try to make original
made
jokes
that.
here, and to stress that point, I stayed up for 25 hours to deliver this content to you.
Yeah.
These are the charms
Okay.
protecting.
You've only been live for an hour and 15 minutes.
We're
Yeah.
only gonna be.
I
That's about
had
how
to
long
spend the
we've been
time
live.
to get sleep deprived now, didn't I?
What did?
They stayed afloat for
Did you,
generations.
It was.
you
it
stayed
was-
up for 25 hours to make the game so you could play the game after you made it.
No, I didn't make this game.
I made it.
No, you did not.
Harmony's
The
on.
It was basically a matter of just tonight. I tried to go to sleep. I desperately tried to, but it just never happened because I suck
It'd
at
be like
falling
that.
asleep. So, and my sleeping schedule was already a wreck to begin with. So what I'm gonna try and do today is, I'm glad I got this out to you. I was delirious. I was a bit loopy, so I feel like it made for a bit better content, maybe. But after this, whenever I feel is the right time, I'm gonna go the fuck to bed. I mean, now I feel fine. Like I feel like I can keep going for as long as I need to. It's just a dull headache. It's a slight dull headache. But eventually my cognition will eventually go to shit to some degree.
Man,
once I
melty
hit, like-
brain.
Once I hit like the 30-hour mark or something.
Ooh, wow.
Bro,
Ooh, got me Mario, me takey brain.
Ugh.
Don't know what the fuck you just said, but you should probably take a break soon, then, John.
Should I
Like,
just
after-
go to bed
like when you're-
after this?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'll go play CS competitive.
Okay. Good luck, Silver.
People still play that game.
People still play that
yeah.
game, yeah.
There's nothing else to play except Valorant.
Yuck.
We don't have any other new CS games here. That's been 8 years.
Or then we can just go back to the past, get CS Source.
Yeah, but is Source fun?
It's better than 1.6. You
Why
tried
play
playing
Source when you can
1.6?
play CS:GO?
CS:GO is toxic. That's the thing.
We could play GTA if anything had GTA. I didn't like that other streaming platform, so I couldn't keep playing with that.
Bro, I feel like you would literally just fucking use... If you found a way to plug in, like... If you could have a controller that used Bluetooth, you would probably just play games on your phone. Like...
I don't know. The other problem with that, though, is that, like... I still can't play GTA 5.
Just, you have a better phone than you have a computer. And that's
Yeah.
a problem.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyways, we're basically done with this game. By basically, I mean R.
I'm gonna spend $700 on a racing simulator.
Fucking do it.
I will. I keep seeing all these live streams of people playing
I'm
the new
sorry,
F1
Julian,
game.
Julian, I completely zoned out at what you said. What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
That's what I thought. But that's not true.
I didn't say it. I
That
suppose
made
I'll
no
don't
jump
say
goddamn
back to the
anything.
sense.
VOD and then I'll berate you once I'm done. Either way, I do need to upload these VODs, though. I should have uploaded the VODs after they came out, like I did with Ocarina, but... I mean, Sonic Adventure 1 is done, so Andrew, what are your thoughts now that you've seen this game in action more fully?
Good.
Good. It's,
I don't know. It hasn't really aged well, from what I can tell.
it's
but
aged like shit. It's good for what it is. It's probably the most structurally sound, like... I'm not sure. In some aspects, it's structurally sound. In other aspects, there's This game is definitely rough around the edges. It's the camera in particular, the control. Like, the camera and how that conflicts with the control. Along with just other aspects of it, like the lip syncing and shit, like the voice acting. But hey, what are you gonna do about that? But I mean, it's... I mean, I would recommend you play this game if you're into, like, Sonic. If you're into, like, the older Sonic games and how Sonic...
I play it solely for Amy.
That's because you're a simp. Get out. Anyway, as I was saying, if you're interested in what Sonic was before he got bad, then yeah, sure, play this, I think. But take it with a grain of salt, I would say. Are we done?
Pretty much.
Alright, can I go to bed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought you would say no and not ruin the bit.
No.
That's too late.
Ask it again.
Hold on.
No. Hang on. Maybe I should get some reverb. Hang on.
Nope, that's unnecessary.
Hang on. It's gonna take like 6 minutes to open.
I will mute you.
You've already
Dude.
been timed out. You wanna get
Racing
muted
wheels
too?
for PC are stupid expensive. Oh my god.
No, PCs in general are stupid expensive. What are you looking at racing wheels
like-
for?
Not like all the Formula 1 games are on GeForce now, but I don't want to play Formula 1 with a mouse and keyboard. I feel like that's a mistake.
Then fucking get Dolphin Emulator and play with the Wii wheel.
Here's a 360/PC racing wheel for $25. It's used.
Play Formula 1 with the Wii wheel.
No. Dude, people drop like stupid amounts of money on like F1 sims, like 3,500 or something, because they want like the chair to move around and all the haptics and everything.
Anyway, we just completed all the main stories, and I think we're done here. So I'm gonna go offline and maybe go to bed, or if Julian decides otherwise, then who knows, maybe we can abduct Andrew into the tabletop simulator cult.
Ah. Yes.
The
We
what now?
must bankrupt him.
Oh. No, now we're working together, huh?
Listen, John and I play too much Monopoly,
Yes, we do. We
and
play
he
Monopoly
went
on
a bit.
Tabletop
He went a
Simulator.
bit AWOL the other night.
It was, the game took too long. I had to end it.
He made us end it. We could have kept going.
That
and he
game could
chose
have
to
been the
end it.
reason I stayed up all night.
Dude, it was so good. He bought so many properties. He bought so many hotels. He had like 3,500 just in cash alone, which is insane.
And then
So
I
you start with
landed on
1,500.
your Park Place and lost 1,100 of it.
Yeah,
then
you still
you
had
kept
more
getting
than like most
chance
people on
cards.
Monopoly ever would
And
have.
you kept getting
Yeah,
chance
I
cards,
kept
which
getting
giving
community
you
chests
shit.
and chance, which kept giving. I didn't have to pay anything.
That isn't how Monopoly should work. It is.
We also play billiards, and
Broken
he's got a
billiards.
special sort of attraction to the 8-ball apparently.
No, that's. I'm done. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun with this. I want to say Andrew and I did. So yeah, I think maybe next week or something like that, if we can. Maybe a week after that, we're gonna play Mario Galaxy. And I think we'll be done after that. So, see you later.